everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another exciting episode of Fornever News! In today's episode, best to believe we got some stories to talk about. For starters, the creator of Bleach, Tite Kubo, recently in an interview revealed some somewhat disappointing information regarding Burn the Witch Season 2. I don't think a lot of fans are going to be too happy hearing about this. Kubo actually wasn't even all that enthusiastic, regarding this situation, so we will be getting into that. We also got a massive update that fans are going nuts right now, including myself. I'm not going to lie, it's not confirmed, but some very, very hefty potential Chainsaw Man stuff on the way, and I'm excited to give you guys the scoop on that one. Pretty disappointing news regarding an update on My Hero Academia's manga, an update on the sales of the Newbie manga and Jump, and yeah, I'm almost certain that axe is nice and shined up and ready to go. We'll talk about it. We got an update on the World Trigger Season 2 anime. Remember we talked about that YouTube channel that was going to start premiering anime? Well, it finally launched, AniLog. We're going to talk about that as well. And last but not least, a big update on Dragon Ball Super's latest arc in the manga. So yeah, we got a nice house tonight of stories to talk about. Without further ado, let's jump into another episode of Fornever News! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you, fam. We get into the shits. Let's do it.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be, though.
Okay, people, so first on the agenda, the creator of Bleach, Tite Kubo, recently was in an interview, and he gave some news that I'm not gonna lie, even me, that I'm not the biggest Burn the Witch fan, I enjoy it, and I had a good time, especially with the anime and stuff like that. I'm pretty disappointed, and I know especially hardcore fans are going to be severely disappointed by this. Let's read. Natalie Comic has recently released a long interview between Tite Kubo and Tatsuro Kawano in which they talk about the Burn the Witch series. In the interview, Kubo mentions Burn the Witch's Season 2 may not be coming as soon as stated. Kubo, about Season 2. My editor told me they wanted to put the Season 2 announcement at the end of the final chapter of Season 1, so I told them I'd draw some sketches for that, like the ones that appear on those pages. The quote-unquote coming soon was written without my permission. Haha. Editor said, I showed it to Kubo-sensei before the magazine was out at stores. Kubo said, I saw it, and I thought that it's not going to be coming soon. Kawano said, when I saw that, I thought that Kubo-sensei was pretty motivated. Kubo said there were a lot of people on Twitter commenting that they were sure I'd start drawing Season 2 soon. I ended up thinking that I'd actually have to start drawing soon, it seems, but it will probably not be soon, so I'll be happy if readers can patiently wait. So yeah, it seems as though they were really pushing forth, and Kubo stood his ground. I'm very proud of Kubo. I'm very happy to see mangaka in this day and age standing up for themselves. At the end of the day, he did a little bit of work. He had fun probably making Burn the Witch. It was a project with passion. He wasn't really all that like, hey, I gotta get this out the door, anything like that. And it blew up with some success, and Jump was like, yeah, it's coming soon. And Kubo's like, no, no, y'all not roping me back into that shit. And it's almost like surviving a horror story for a lot of these mangaka. I'm always surprised when they come back to Shonen Jump, especially when they come back to straight up them doing it all. Like Kishimoto came back for Samurai 8, but he came back with somebody else doing the art, which probably cuts the time of creation down dramatically from what he has to normally do if he's by himself. Kubo came back with, here's 4 chapters, and maybe you'll get some more at some other given point, right? Like, so when Jump comes at them with like, yeah, coming soon and shit like that, Kubo's like, nah, and I respect the living shit out of that. It sounds like hell to be a mangaka. Eiichiro Oda with his 2-3 hours of sleep a night, living, breathing, eating, shitting, pissing, One Piece, talking about if you want to work and create One Piece for me, you got to be willing to die for that. And not every mangaka is willing to die for their work. No, like, you could be passionate, you could love the living crap out of it, but some mangaka like Tite Kubo are like, I'm going to create it when I want. And if you don't like it, oh well, don't give a shit, don't care. I mean, look at Yoshihiro Tagashi, Hunter fans. They die left and right, still waiting for that shit to return, like, oh. But yeah, whenever Season 2 of Burn the Witch does get announced to finally be coming, I will let you guys know, but don't hold your breath on it. It could be another year, it could be more. Kubo's, gonna take his time with it. And honestly, I think that's the best. To a certain degree, I think that's a great thing, because it allows the creative juices to build up, and then when he finally lets loose, it's probably gonna be like some crazy shit, like that first arc, I guess you could call it, those first 4 chapters, that first beginning was probably just a big setup, and he's gonna probably bomb on him when he does return. So either way, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm not in a rush. There's plenty of manga to read. If you are that in a rush for it, go check out the slew of other stuff that is in Shonen Jump right now, because they got a lot of good heavy hitters. So moving on, this one right here, I can't wait, and I'm almost guaranteeing when we get Jump Festa next month. That's the big festival where they host, which I think it's going to be digital this year because of the pandemic and all that. But when we get the big Festa, I'm almost sure that the big announcement is going to be regarding this. But let's read. The domain chainsawman.dog was recently registered. There's no official confirmation or tease about any announcements or upcoming news, so it's yet unknown whether the domain is official. We'll report any information on the matter, and people are going wild already, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's official and they're gearing up. Again, Jump Festa is a month away, and I am almost certain, just like last year, we got the big Jujutsu Kaisen reveal. We're going to get the Chainsaw Man anime announcement there. There's also rumors floating around, which I don't know where these rumors are coming from, to be honest with you, but I'll post a screenshot so I don't think I'm bullshitting. That Mappa might be the ones getting their hands on Chainsaw Man. Studio Mappa, the people that are doing Jujutsu Kaisen, they're also going to be doing the final season of Attack on Titan. They did the God of High School anime. Mind you, there was a lot of other people behind that, so don't look at God of High School as a standard for Mappa. But again, that's just a rumor, to be honest with you. Again, I don't know where it stems from and whatnot, but if Mappa came and did Chainsaw Man, it would be out of here. Personally, I'd be fine with Mappa. I think they do an incredible job. I wouldn't be mad at it at all, but considering they have their hands very filled with Jujutsu Kaisen and all these other stuff that they're doing right now, I don't think they'd be the best fit right now. Like, where's Production IG at? What's up with them? Studio Wit? That'd be a incredible fit. Ufotable. That's another one, but they're wrapped with Demon Slayer and the bajillions of dollars that they're making. I doubt they give a shit about anything right now. But either way, if that is the Chainsaw Man domain for the Chainsaw Man anime that they're getting ready to announce, I can't wait. I don't have to tell you. If you haven't heard before, you're hearing it now. Go read Chainsaw Man. It is one of my favorite new manga in the last, I don't know how many freaking years. I love it. The characters, the story, the insanity, the unorthodox style of writing from Fujimoto. Like, hopefully this is the anime announcement. Either way, it's gonna happen. If it doesn't get an anime, I don't even know. There is nothing to look forward to anymore in life. No. So next up, a little bit of somber news for My Hero Academia's manga. Apparently, we're going to be going on break, which is, again, to be expected. Black Clover just went on break. One Piece goes on break. Jujutsu Kaisen is on break this week with 130 because of that gag chapter or whatever. My Hero Academia will be on break for issue 51, and it will resume in issue 52 of Weekly Shonen Jump. Yo, Horikoshi Beyond deserves break after break. I don't care. Take whatever breaks you want. You goat. You've made 2020. My Hero Academia has been one of the manga that have really kept the fucking scene going. Like, when Demon Slayer ended, which a lot of people were really invested in and whatnot, My Hero Academia grabbed the torch and ran full speed ahead. One of the best manga that I personally witnessed in 2020. It has just been phenomenal. Went up the ranks in my love for it. So if Horikoshi needs a break, get a break. Take a break. I don't care. You deserve it, fam. And yeah, I don't know. I'm in my fanboy mode right now. I'm fanboying everything. What? Bring me the next story, damn it. I'll fanboy over that too. Well, I guess there's no room for fanboying right now, because we got the actual sales figures for the latest newbie manga in Shonen Jump. We talked about the rankings in the last couple episodes and that they were like in the 90s and hundreds, and it was pretty friggin' bad. But now we actually got the sales figures for some of the latest stuff, and it's pretty friggin' bad. Well, I guess let's look at the good. For starters, Haikyuu, its volume did, 432,000? I think that's the final volume in week 1. Chainsaw Man, 163,000 week 1. Dr. Stone at 106. That's a little low for Dr. Stone, I feel, but still, 100,000 is great, so it's not too bad. And Yozakura Family, which I've heard great things about, it is not doing too well. But the newbie manga, which none of them were ranked, that's how bad they did in terms of the sales wise. But we got the sales. Well, let's start with Mission Yozakura Family. It sold 19,000 copies. That's not horrible. That's actually okay-ish. I mean, it's been around for a bit, but that's not too bad. But then going down, one of the newbies, Me and Roboko, has sold 8,637 copies. That's not good for a Shonen Jump title. Magu-chan has sold 84,000 400,000 copies. And Shakunetsu no Nirai Kanai has sold 73. I think that's the one from the creator of Beelzebub, 73. All of those are just not good. Like Samurai 8 from the creator of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto, I think it did double that. It did like 15, 16,000, or was it 20,000 week 1, and that was still considered a flop. And these, yeah, 7,000, 8,000, that's not going to cut the mustard with Jump. If they don't do something and pick up immediately, or Jump don't believe in these series that they're going to explode over time, the axe is getting shined up, greased up. They are getting ready to get these dudes out of here. Because when you got series like Jujutsu Kaisen that is blowing up, Chainsaw Man blowing up, they're not going to settle for mediocrity with those sales. And don't get me wrong, in terms of like, if it was an indie publisher, 8,000 copies, or if it was even in the West, 8,000 copies is great. But for Shonen Jump standards, that's not so great. That's where I gotta put that to you guys, so you guys don't think like those numbers are not bad numbers at all. Like books selling 8,000 copies aren't bad, but in terms of, in comparison, when you got like, you know, Chainsaw Man doing 160-some thousand, like I'd say for newbie manga with their volume 1s, doing about 20 to 30 in the first week is okay. I think that's where it should be, unless you're like a massive assassination class, from which I want to say like its first volume did like 600,000. It was out of this fucking world, unheard of and shit. Like, unless you're something like that, you should be doing like what Mission Yozaku family is doing with about 20,000. I think that's where they should be. So we gotta wait and see, but again, not looking good at all. Next up, a little update on World Trigger. It says World Trigger Season 2 is getting special screenings in 13 theaters in Japan. They will run from December 25th to January 7th. These special screenings will feature the first 2 episodes of Season 2 plus exclusive footage. To be honest with you, that is very, very hype. Like, if you think about it, that's probably because they're very confident. Toei put a lot of manpower, a lot of love into creating this, and that it looks very, very good. So World Trigger fans should be excited. If they're doing things like this, pulling out the red carpet, that means they really believe in it. And from my understanding, World Trigger back in the day did very well. The only reason it like stopped and everything kind of went off the rails was because the mangaka broke his wrist writing World Trigger. But if it is doing, like, if they're doing things like this, it is probably going to look really, really good. And I'm probably going to try and get back into World Trigger. I remember I gave it like an episode or two, and that, you know, it wasn't a fair shake at all by any means. But hey, you know, that's a nice journey. Like, I never look at it like when people say, oh, I can't get into like One Piece, 900 episodes and shit. I always look at it like, what is the rush to catch up? That is 900. Like, if you like it, that is an everlasting void of shit that you're going to love. Why would, you know what I'm saying? So World Trigger, if maybe I could get into it, that's like, well, I think there's 50 episodes for the first season. That's a lot of enjoyment I could get out of it. So yeah, we gotta wait and see. Okay, next up, the big announcement regarding the YouTube channel, where a bunch of publishers were coming together and they were going to launch a YouTube channel with a bunch of anime, so you can basically watch it for free. You don't gotta subscribe or anything like that. It was going to be essentially somewhat of a countermeasure to things like Crunchyroll and whatnot, and some of the big players were also going to be involved. Now, it actually finally started in the West, releasing some anime titles. A lot of them are either unknown or kind of older stuff from what I've seen so far. I think as it stands right now, it's going to be mainly a niche, like, hey, I've never heard of this title, I wouldn't mind checking it out, or, oh man, that's so hard to find, I can't believe they uploaded that, and the quality is good, and there's English subtitles. So it seems like for now it's going to be like a quaint, hey, niche anime that you wouldn't mind checking out will be on there. We got to stay tuned to see what they're going to do. But either way, this is going to be a very interesting experiment of, again, alternative to, if you don't want to go the Crunchyroll route, you don't want to go the Funimation route in terms of their apps and shit like that, there's a YouTube channel with anime. And I looked at some of them and, like, I'm a big enough anime fan that I don't give a shit. If it's good, I'm going to watch it. And I see a couple of titles on there that, like, okay, there's a few older ones, there's a few ones that look like they're from the early 2000s, like, could be good. Yeah. And lastly, pretty big story. Apparently, Dragon Ball Super's latest arc has been confirmed that it is ending. Here's a little update. Officially confirmed, Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc will be ending in Chapter 67, which will be released in December. Climax battle takes place in Chapter 66, which releases on November 20th. So essentially, there's 2 more chapters left of this arc, the Moro arc of Dragon Ball Super, the one that's coming within the next week. I think as it stands right now, there was rough draft pages that were leaked for it. So we got 2 more chapters. The battle's probably going to end in this one, and then next one will be like the aftermath of, you know, collecting Dragon Balls and wishing shit back and all that stuff. So about time. Honestly, this arc has, in my opinion, overstayed its welcome. I think if you cut this arc in half, cut out a lot of the fat and the bullshit, it probably would have been an amazing arc, because Moro started off as an incredible idea. But yeah, I'm ready to get this shit out the way and move forward, and at the same time, it gives us one step closer to the inevitability of, you know, Toei Animation adapting Dragon Ball Super and returning with the Dragon Ball Super anime, which I know a lot of people, regardless of how they feel about the manga, when that anime returns, are going to be going nuts and enjoying it and loving it. So looking forward to that. But yeah, 2 more chapters and Dragon Ball Super ends the Moro arc. But yeah, that's the stories we have for today. Curious what you guys thought about things. How do you feel about the Bleach creator Tite Kubo saying that it's going to be a while until season 2? Again, I don't blame him at all. Take all the time you need, Kubo sensei. Yeah, you did Bleach for so many years. You deserve to do manga whenever the hell, however the hell you want. And yeah, we just gotta tough it out and wait for the return with season 2. And also dirty shit from Shonen Jump of like trying to push him with coming soon. Yeah, coming soon is whenever the fuck Kubo wants. Chainsaw Man, I hope that domain means that anime is about to get announced. I can't wait. You don't know how much I love that series. Are you bummed about My Hero Academia going on break? Again, it's a week and Horikoshi deserves it. Like, I'm not gonna fight it at all. His manga has been brilliant in 2020. Do your thing. You think those series are going to get canceled based on those sales? 7,000 and 8,000 copies. I don't think Jump is like jumping out of their chair for that, but I guess we gotta wait and see. World Trigger season 2, are you excited for that? Again, those are probably going to look really good, those episodes, if they're putting them in theaters with like select screenings and shit. That's crazy. AniLog, are you excited about that? You're gonna check out some of the shows they have on there. Again, I mean, at the end of the day, it's free anime, full episodes, English subtitles. And Dragon Ball Super's Moro arc coming to an end next month. It seems as though we're leaving the Moro arc in 2020, and that's a very, very good thing. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy! Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of Fornever News! Have an awesome day, people.
It's nights like this, and times like this, that I can give another hit. But I've got this inside a switch, a natural bliss. But that